Hey everyone, happy Friday to you. Welcome to Volunteer Vibes. Hope you guys are doing well. You know what? There are so many volunteer opportunities going on this weekend. So if you have an appetite for service and you want to help out and give back, we want to fill you in and let you know everything that's going on now. And of course, there are ongoing things that you can always sign up for at any time. And so I want to bring in our first guest this morning, Miss Lexi. She is with Friends for Life Animal Shelter. So thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, and it is National Dog Day. So we've been talking about all the different ways to celebrate dogs. And of course, I see you have some cats in the background too. So we can celebrate them as well. But first, tell us about ways that people can volunteer and help out.
Yeah, so a little bit about Friends for Life. We were the first no-kill shelter here in Houston. We've been here for 20 years now. We're located in the Heights. So Houston grown, we're here to help our community care for the pets they love. And our blue shirt volunteers, we call them our blue shirts because they wear their blue shirts while they're volunteering here. They help us accomplish that goal of caring for our animals in our program. So as far as volunteer opportunities, there are many of them to choose from. It is National Dog Day, which is great. We're giving the dogs the recognition they deserve today. I am on the cat side of the shelter this morning because it's a little more conducive for an interview. Our dogs can get a little loud. Yes. So I'm in one of our community cat rooms. We have 3 of them here at the shelter. This ward specifically is actually for our feline leukemia positive cats. So we're one of the only shelters that take in cats who test positive for feline leukemia virus. So there are many ways that you can help either on cat side or dog side. As I mentioned, we have 3 large community cat rooms that our volunteers come and help clean the rooms 7 days a week in the morning. They help with cleanings and feedings. And we also have cat enrichment volunteers who provide daily enrichment to the cats in these large rooms, foraging toys, doing catnip toys, and that sort of thing for them to make their time more enjoyable here. We also have a behavior program for our cats and our dogs, which is one of a kind. It is developed specifically for our volunteers to learn more about all things behavior and how to properly interact with cats and dogs, how to train cats and dogs. Cats can be trained just like dogs, believe it or not. And we take you through that training process. It starts with enrichment, and then you work up into learning more about body language, cat and dog body language. If it's a dog side, handling reactive dog walks and learning how to teach them how to sit, stay, touch, that sort of thing, making eye contact. So it's a really, really cool program. It really is one of a kind. And what's cool about that is you learn a lot here. You apply it to help our animals here at the shelter, but then you can also take it home to your own animals, or if you don't have animals, your friends' animals and your family's animals and that sort of thing. So it's definitely a really unique opportunity that I like to mention to try to get some more folks involved on the behavior element of things. So, so yes, we've got behavior volunteers on dog and cat side. We also have a PetSmart cattery off of South Shepherd in Alabama, where we can have up to 6 cats there at a time, where visitors can come in and check out the cats that are available for adoption. So we have volunteers who help run the show over there as well. If maybe you have other talents that are more admin related, we've also got admin and adoption counseling opportunities. If you're good at answering phones or taking adoption interviews or filing and organizing, we've got opportunities for that as well.
That's great. You've got something for everybody. Now, I'm sure, kids, they love to be around animals also. How early, at what age can kids start volunteering if they want to get some hours? Perhaps they're in high school and they need volunteer hours as well.
Yeah, that's a very good question. And we do have a lot of senior high school volunteers here to finish their hour requirement. The minimum age requirement for us is 16.
Okay.
And we also have volunteer opportunities for teens younger than 16 who want to help from home on our website under the volunteer tab that you can check out as well. So there's ways to get involved even from home if you're not of age yet to come physically to the shelter and help.
Well, that's pretty cool. So what can they do from home to volunteer?
So they could help us make cat enrichment toys. They can help us design and color foster thank yous, adoption thank yous. They can host a lemonade stand and raise funds to donate towards Friends for Life. There's a lot of fun things you can do from home if you get a little creative. So we have a full list of options for them to help on our website.
That's really cool. Now, for everyone else who may want to come in person, perhaps it's their first time, volunteering with animals, what advice do you have for them? And what all do they need to know?
When it comes to working with the animals, the first thing to know above all is to take it slow with them and to let them choose when they want to interact with you. So I feel like generally speaking, you see a cat or a dog, you just want to go up and you want to touch it. You want to hug it, you want to love on them, right? That's the instinct. You want to provide love towards them. But here at the shelter, as I mentioned, we're very behavior focused. So on cat side and dog side, we go through what we call choice testing and learning how to tell when a cat or a dog really does want affection and when they don't. And teaching our volunteers how to give them that time and that space to make that decision, for that animal to make that decision on their own, whether or not they want to be pet. So going really slow with our animals is probably the most important thing starting out. And we teach you how to do that. So no worries if you're new to the behavior realm of things. We guide you through that process.
Okay, well, that's awesome. That's good to know. And I love your t-shirt, by the way. Lexi, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. And if you guys want to sign up, of course, you can always go to volunteerhou.org and check it out. And you know what? They seem so well behaved too. So
they are. They're very well trained. Our volunteers have helped us with that. So and our website is friends4life.org if you want more information.
All right, awesome, Lexi. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. All right. Well, from animals to the youth, I want to bring in our next guest because they're looking for someone to teach area youth some life skills. You know what? We all needed a mentor at some point in our lives. And so we have Sydney Ely with Twist for Girls here to tell us what they're looking for, what they need. But first, tell us about, the organization in case people may not be familiar with it.
Yes. So my name is Sydney Ely. I am the executive director and founder of Twist for Girls. And what we do here at Twist for Girls is we provide free life skills development to youth ages 11 to 17. We also provide one-on-one mentoring, cultural experiences, as well as career exposure. And we take it a step further and we provide caregivers of children with adult enrichment programs such as credit repair education, estate planning, financial literacy, mental health, and effective parenting classes. And so we're a well-rounded program that's free to the community and free to children.
Wow, that is such a great need in the community. Those are some great classes. So what can people do if they want to sign up and help?
Okay, awesome. So, you can sign up to teach life skills to groups of children in different high schools, community centers, and juvenile correctional facilities. You can also sign up to mentor. You can become a social media marketing manager, grant writer. You can also help us develop all the amazing events and programs that we offer to youth, such as our HBCU College and History Tour. We also expose youth to international travel. Each year we travel to different parts of Africa. And so next year we're choosing Egypt, and we're going to show the girls one of the great wonders of the world. And so you can be a part of exposing youth early to what a lot of us didn't get exposed to until later in life.
Exactly. That is so important. And, what's normally the feedback from volunteers who have signed up already? And, why would you encourage someone to do the same?
So the feedback is, it's so I'll just give from my experience, because I've been volunteering for 8 years with Twist, and it's so satisfying seeing youth's minds become expanded and unlocked, and their goals either becoming apparent or them becoming so tangible that now they can reach those goals, because we've removed the economic barriers, we've removed the resource barriers from these young ladies' lives, and then we've added positive guidance, we've added resources. And so seeing young ladies have that access to resources and dreams and goals and things that are going to positively impact our lives, that is just so satisfying, knowing that my children, my grandchildren, and just the world will be a better place after I'm gone. So it's just satisfying.
That's amazing. And so what's the kind of commitment that you're looking from the volunteers, and how many do you need?
Oh, you know what? There are never too many volunteers. We have so many opportunities to either mentor youth or teach life skills or help in the background run Twist, that there's never too many opportunities. If you're running, if you're in our committees, it's 20 hours or less a month. If you're a mentor, it's 4 hours less a month, or less a month minimum. And then if you teach life skills, it's the same, 4 hours or less a month. We go out and teach life skills once weekly at schools around the city of Houston. And the sessions are about an hour each.
Okay. And so what do volunteers need to know before they get into it? Is there any kind of training involved, or do they need to have a specific background in anything?
Yes. So we go through an interview process, then a screening by our board of directors, and then a background check on our volunteers. And then once they're cleared, we do orientation and training for each of our members.
Okay, well, this sounds like such a wonderful program. Is there anything else that the volunteers need to know? I mean, we are still kind of in a pandemic. So, you know, when they meet the girls, do they need to wear a mask? Do they need to have a vaccine or anything?
So yes, definitely wearing a mask is at minimum what we ask our volunteers and our youth to do at our events. But definitely adhere to the CDC guidelines, the current guidelines, and just be safe. Be safe whenever you're
Don't cough on anybody.
I'm just like, look, you know what to do. You know,
right? You gotta keep your distance a little bit.
Y'all know what to do.
Okay, well, you know what? This sounds like such a huge benefit to the young girls involved. So hopefully you guys can get as many volunteers as possible. What a great organization. Sydney, thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you. And, you know, if you are looking to volunteer, just go to www.twistforgirls.org. That's TWST, together, we stand tall, forgirls.org, and you'll see all of the different ways to apply or enroll your child on our website.
I love it. Sydney, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Of course. All right. So I have one more guest that I want to bring in. Emily, she is with the Wesley Community Center. And of course, they always need help with, food distribution. So right now she's joining us from their pantry. It looks like you guys are pretty busy right now.
Yeah, we are. We have our Friday food distribution, and it is open from 9 until noon. So we're getting in the last hour of our distribution today.
Okay, so it looks like you have volunteers, but I know you're always looking for some more. So how many volunteers do you need, and how soon do you need them to sign up?
Yeah, so we have food distributions 3 times a week, and also 2 Saturdays a month. So we need volunteers Tuesday through Friday every week. And so our volunteers are packing bags of groceries, they're sorting food that we get from the Houston Food Bank, and then handing it out to our clients. We have 2 drive-throughs distributions, and then also a walk-up distribution.
Awesome. And so everyone's dressed comfortably, by the way. What else do they need to know when they come? I mean, how long do you need them to stay as well? Can they do 30 minutes, or would you prefer, an hour? What are you looking for?
Yeah, so our distributions are 3 hours. And so we really like volunteers to help be there for the majority of it. So we really like volunteers to come for a little chunk of their day, but we're happy with any time that you can donate to us. So so we really appreciate any volunteer time. But our shifts are 8:30 to noon during the week, and then we also have an afternoon shift where it's just like stocking and helping us put things in where they need to go.
Yeah, and so how many families do you typically serve on any given day?
So I'm going to pass it off to my colleague, Erica Luna. She's our community services director, and she can tell you about the numbers.
Okay. I'm sure there's a great need out there for sure.
Yes, very much so, Denise. So our numbers range, right? During the week, our distribution is, like Emily said, from 9 to 12. And so although our numbers have been increasing, during the week, we serve around 200 households. On the Saturdays, when people are not working, our numbers have been increasing a lot. And so this past Saturday, we served 366 households. And we're gearing up for tomorrow. There's a distribution here tomorrow from 9 to 12 also.
And so is this something that the whole family can do together, or do you prefer that, you know, the little ones or the teenagers stay home?
So our volunteers can come as young as 16 years old without their parents. And we also have had high school students come. We've had Boy Scout troops come, church groups. So as young as 16 years old, they do not have to have their parent. Younger than that, we do ask them to be 10 years old, accompanied by their parent.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, is there anything else they need to know in case it's their first time signing up to do a food distribution?
Yeah, so they just, if they want to sign up, they can go to volunteerhouston.org and sign up there. They just search for Wesley Community Center and they can sign up for a shift. That way we know that they're coming, and they just need to come dressed comfortably. We do operate kind of indoors and outdoors, so dress, you know, for the weather, because it is a drive-through and sometimes it's a walk-up, depending on the day that you come. And I think that's it. I mean, other than that, they would just sign a waiver when they come in.
All right. Sounds good. Well, I know you guys are busy, so we'll let you guys get back to work. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Now, speaking of Volunteer Houston, we have Erin here, of course, to tell us about some other events that are happening this weekend and a few that may be ongoing. Hey, Erin, good morning.
Good morning, Denise. Thanks for having me.
Of course. What you got for us?
So to kind of piggyback off of the National Dog Day, I did want to highlight an opportunity with the Houston Humane Society. So they're looking for fosters. And they want you to know that it can be an emotional experience to foster an animal. But for those that can do it, it's a really great experience that you won't be forgetting about anytime soon. So they're always in desperate need of foster families. And right now the need is really, really great. And there's a few different kinds of fostering volunteer opportunities. So they're looking for folks that can take in sick and injured pets. And so because Houston Humane Society is an open admission shelter, so they don't turn away any animals. So sometimes they take in animals that might be too sick to go up for adoption right now. And they might need a quiet place to recover, as well as some personal, like, additional care from the foster. They might be animals that are too young. So they might be too young, still nursing, and they might need a couple of weeks or a few months just with you with that personal attention. And then there's some that might need to be like behavioral fosters. So an animal that has been neglected or maybe too timid might need a couple of weeks with a foster to learn that being with people can be a good thing. So also sometimes pets at the shelter just need a break, and a foster home can give them a quiet place to de-stress. And so they want you to know that they provide the medical care and you provide the loving home, and that they'll work with you on the kinds of animals that you can care for and your schedule. So you can find that opportunity on the Volunteer Houston portal at volunteerhou.org. And another opportunity I wanted to highlight is with the Phoenix. They're looking for volunteers to lead and support sober and active events. So the Phoenix is this nonprofit that's building sober, active communities. So they're working with people in recovery, from substance use disorder, sober curious people and allies. And they do events like group fitness, bowling, yoga, meditation, walks, hikes, arts and crafts, and more. And so volunteers that they're looking for would help lead and support activities in like the Gulf Coast region and Galveston, Beaumont, Houston, League City, and beyond. And they want to hear from you if you enjoy doing activities with others to build community, if you like working with groups of people, if you're an ally to people experiencing substance use disorder, or maybe you have experience, or if you're passionate and committed to social justice and mental health. It's a great opportunity to give that support and lead people in a really fun activity. So you can find that in the Volunteer Houston portal at volunteerhou.org. Oh, Denise, we can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. So they're cutting my lawn right now. So I had to put it on mute so, we could hear you and all the events that are going on. All right. So I was trying to also respond to someone in the comment section because they were asking about where they can sign up to volunteer with the animals on Saturdays. So Lexi, go ahead and give them the website just in case it didn't go through when I put it in there.
Yeah, so the website you're going to go to is friends4life.org. At the top, there's an orange ribbon that has a few options you can click. One of them is volunteer. That'll get you started on your volunteer application, and then we can go from there.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you all so much for joining me this morning, and we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Of course, you can visit us every Friday at 11 a.m. for Volunteer Vibes to find out what's going down in H-Town. You guys have a great weekend, all right? We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.